These first two sightings came from the same person, saying that he had a strange occurrence on August the 8th, 2020, and on Labor Day weekend back in 2012. So I think I'm going to start with the one from 2012 first. The witness stated that he was camping at Turner Flat Campground, that he was right along the St. Joe River. So for anyone out there that is familiar with this area, he says he was camping in spot 1, which is closest to the St. Joe River Road, saying that it was around 7 to 7:30 in the evening, that another camper was chopping wood for his campfire. Now, after about 10 minutes after the other camper had finished chopping his wood, the witness states that he heard two loud and distinct wood knocks, with these wood knocks coming from across the road and up the hill, where there are no other campsites or, as far as he knows, no other campers. The witness says that these knocks had more resonance than the sound of someone out chopping wood had. The witness says that this made him get up onto his feet, and he walked up and down the road while scanning the hillside. As he was scanning the hillside, the witness then describes seeing a large face staring at him from a gap in the brush on the hill, saying that the face was dark in color. Then the witness says that they locked eyes for at least a minute before he decided to go back to his campsite, where he retrieved his firearm. Once he returned back to where he had seen this face, it was gone. The witness described the creature as having big eyes and a big face. He did say that he wasn't close enough to see much detail, but he also mentioned that its head was an oval shape, with its eyes being very dark as well. Now, the next morning, the witness did say that he went up to where he saw the creature to see if he could find any footprints or any other evidence of this thing he saw. He didn't find any prints, but he did say that he found the hole in the brush that he saw the creature through. The witness said that he had to stand on his tiptoes to look through the brush, which gave him a good look into the campground. So was this Bigfoot watching the campers down below? I would say yes. They are very curious animals from all the reports I've heard. So there is a good chance that the witness saw a Bigfoot that day. So now for his second experience. This sighting happened on August the 8th of 2020, not very long ago. Now the witness says this time he was camping about 2.6 miles from where the first encounter happened, that he was in an undeveloped campsite. This site was on the other side of the road. The witness stated, up the hill, he says that he was listening to his Bluetooth speakers, that he had some classic rock going, saying that it was around 9:30 that evening when he heard three loud whoops, and that they sounded drawn out. He says that he knew right away that it wasn't a human making the sounds. He knew there wasn't anyone camping around or near him, saying that he turned off his speakers right after he heard the whoops, but that he never heard any more vocalizations at night. So the witness says that he decided to give some whoops back, but that nothing ever responded back to him. The witness says that he has been camping on the St. Joe River for over 20 years, and that these are the only two experiences that he has ever had. So was it a Bigfoot making those whoops, or someone out having a good time? The witness seemed to be adamant that it wasn't another camper. You can find this sighting report on the BFRO website. The case number is 65924 if you want to check it out for yourself. The next sighting also comes out of Idaho. It's from September the 22nd of 2017. The witness says that her husband had been logging the Hell-Roaring Canyon on Pack River for the last 2 weeks when she says that she got a text from her husband saying, "This is the first day I don't feel alone up here," with her stating that her and her husband are avid hunters, while truly enjoying their mountain time together, saying that the next day she ended up going up with him. Now later on they decided to go on a walk down an old dirt road when they came across a large footprint, saying that her husband wears a size 12, with these prints being a few inches bigger than his, saying that they never saw or heard anything that day. Now on September the 22nd, they decided to go bear hunting, that they went on the other side of the mountain where they had to use a key on a gate to go through. They drove in 11 miles, she says, where there is an old clear cut but has plenty of saplings, which stands around 10 to 15 feet tall. When suddenly the witness sees something black moving in the saplings, with it standing tall as it moved, she said. Now at this time the witness says she yelled for her husband to stop. When the witness turned back to see what it was gone from sight. As she was looking for this thing through the trees, she couldn't find it anywhere. At this point, her and her husband kept driving on, while having no luck at all, not even seeing a deer. So they decided to go back the same way they had came in. Once they got back to the exact spot where the witness had seen the big black figure, her husband slams on the brakes, saying, "What the hell is that?" While her husband was trying to get a good look at what this creature was. The witness says that she leaned over him, trying to see the creature as well, saying that he saw a large, tall black figure. He saw a head with no ears, while saying it had very wide shoulders, but that he couldn't see any more of its body due to the trees being in the way. They also said that the creature stared back at them. Then it took a step back into the trees to their left. With this step, the creature vanished once again. At this point, the witness says that she had tears in her eyes and was scared to death, while her husband was sick to his stomach at the point of being sick, she said, saying that they both were confused about what they had just seen, stating that they watched it for around 40 seconds before it went back into the trees. The witness says now that they started moving again back up the road. Once they had made about 400 yards or so, her husband sees something moving out of the corner of his eye. When he turned to see what was moving, he saw branches on the trees moving, with the branches being about 7 feet off the ground. It looked to them as if something very tall had just ran by, causing the limbs to move in a row as if something hit them in passing. They say that they are 100% positive that it wasn't a bear or a person. They are convinced they saw a Bigfoot that day. The witness's husband also said that he tried to look at the creature through his rifle scope. But by the time he got the rifle up to see, the creature had already moved back into the trees. So wow, could they have been looking at a Bigfoot? Or was it a large bear? They are hunters and they know their wildlife. So if they say that they were 100% positive that it wasn't a bear, I have to take their word on it. The witnesses also estimated that the creature was around 8 foot tall. So I hope you like this one. Now this next sighting also comes out of Idaho. from Bonner County on June the 26th of 2017. The witness states that he had gotten the day off, so he decided he was going to go fishing. He says that he went to the Upper Priest River, which is in the Panhandle near the Canadian border. He says that he parked at a bridge about 4 miles away from the border. He started working his way upstream from there, he says. Now, once he had made his way up about 1.5 to 2 miles, he noticed that he felt like he was being watched by something. He says the last time he had this feeling like this, that he was out elk hunting with a buddy of his, when he says he turned around and saw a large cat on the trail. So getting this feeling again really put him on edge. So he says that he kept working upstream pretty quickly, with him getting about another mile upstream, before he decided to turn around and head back down. Once the witness got back to where he had the strange feeling come over him before, the feeling came back like he was being watched again. Said that he only got a few hundred yards when he saw what he thought was a really big tree burl. When he took a few more steps, it rolled behind a tree. At this point, he says that he ran a few feet over to the side, trying to get a better look at it, thinking that it might be a bear. Once he got to where he could see, he says that he could see a big, dark, brownish black, human-like figure, just standing there. He couldn't see its face or any real details of this figure. It was just a big, dark figure. The witness said that he always carries a firearm in case of bears, which he says that he was so scared at the time that he couldn't move, saying that this thing just stared at him for a few seconds, then just turned and walked away, with it hardly making any noise. He then said that he turned and ran just as fast as he could, that he ran all the way back to his truck. The witness grew up in these woods and still spends most of his summers there. He says he knows it wasn't a bear, or a moose, or any other animal that he knows of. He says that he has never gone back to that spot again, and don't know if he ever will. So that was a nice sighting story. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Hit that like button and subscribe. Or follow, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you can keep up with all of our latest videos. And thanks for watching those endless mysteries.